Hello viewers, welcome to my Doctor Who themed YouTube channel, Who Ventures. And in this video, I'm going to review episode 1 of the story Planet of Giants. This story stars William Hartnell with his companions Ian, Barbara and Susan. So these are my notes. In future I'm doing my reviews in just one episode at a time so I can stay fresh and don't get too fatigued while I watch the stories. So first of all, I enjoyed the fact that in the column it sort of looked like a fruit basket, but it wasn't a fruit basket, it was like a plastic basket thing. I'm sure we had one when I was a kid, so I thought that was quite interesting because it looked like a basket you could put lettuce in. So that's a very insightful comment, I thought. And I love the Doctor's cape. It's a very nice cape he's modelling there. And then you get when they shrink, because they shrink in this, you get a really cute Tardis model, and it's so adorable. I really love it. It's so cute. Well, and on Galley B recently, well, on Galley B right now, we're having a little talk, that sort of a debatey type thread about the Doctor showing autistic traits, and there was a bit in this episode which I related to when the Doctor says, "Was I rude to you just now, Barbara? I always forget the niceties." Well, I can relate to that because when he was trying to explain time travel and they just didn't get it and he lost his temper and was just shouty at them, and I get like that when I try to explain stuff that I think is easy to understand or somebody else doesn't get it. I get really angry too, so I really related to that bit. I thought Hartnell's hands, you could see the influence he's having on Capaldi regarding the hand movements. I thought that was interesting. Now, one of the things I like about Hartnell is the shape of his teeth, because they're like, he's verging on vampire, but not quite. So I quite like that shape of teeth, verging on vampire. And then there's a bit where they go outside of the Tardis and they find this big worm because it's got a segment on. And there's at Conquest, I think. Is it at Conquest? Well, at Conquest, it's sort of a nature place where it talks about nature, and they've got this bit where it's like you pretend to go underground, and they've got giant models of worms and things. So I thought that was pretty cool, because I've been to Conquest and they had models of worms, but on this, it was like sort of like when I went to Conquest. So I thought that was really cool. Now, nowadays, people say a lot about Murray Gold music sort of muffling the dialogue. Now, it seems like the music's always been really loud, because it was a bit hard to hear some of the dialogue, because the music also was just really random. It's like do 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 do. It's just it's fun because the music is just random. It's like tense music, but then it just goes off on one complete tangent. So I quite finds pretty funny. Then Ian and Susan, they find these big these meant to be like they possibly ant or spider eggs, but I thought they looked like giant grains of rice and that they'd landed in a curry. So I thought that would be was quite funny. What my next point is, they're like exploring, but at no point do they think, let's look up to the sky and actually see if we can see anything up that way. So I think you just look up to see what's going on. So I thought that was a bit odd. And then the next bit was the now accented stock bit. I found that quite amusing. I don't really know what a night scented stock is. I think Is it something to do with gardening? Then they were going on about Norwich and Norfolk and stuff, so it must be England. Then we got the Matchstick, and I really like that because one of the things I like is extremes of scale. I like really tiny things that make me feel like a giant, and really oversized things that make me feel like a borrower. Because especially when Christopher Eccleston was in the Borrowers movie, that was good. The one with Christopher Eccleston was really cool. So I really like extremes of scale. They're really fun. So the next discovery is that we discover that in the garden pathway, and there's about an inch. So they've shrunk down to like teeny size. And my other point was that I think that's the set of this episode, the way they built it, it's really delightful because I just love tiny things and big things, so I'm finding it quite delightful. And then I thought a funny bit, now Ian got shrunk, he got in a matchbox, and then that made me think of Sherlock opening the matchbox, and it's just Ian like shining a torch at him. I thought that'd be really funny. Somebody should make that. They should make Ian jumping out at Sherlock. That'd be funny. Then we had some funny Ian actings like this. Like, what are you doing, Ian? It's like, okay, yeah. And then obviously you have to write the next bit in capitals because there's a kitty in it. There's a kitty in the episode, which is awesome. And then we get the exposition, which initiates the conflict. So this man has invented an insecticide, and what he wants to do is make sure he gets rid of the pests they don't want, but doesn't harm certain other pests that are good for the garden. But the other man, who just wants to make money and be a millionaire, he wants him to make an insecticide which kills everything. And so they argue, and then the bad guy millionaire man, he shoots the inventor. It's like, and then Hartnell, and they find a massive bee, which is interesting. And then they sniff and they start to detect an aroma, which is the insecticide. And then Ian is out of the matchbox. He climbs out of the matchbox, and you see the face, the head of the dead guy, little Ian walking across it. I think that's really well done. I really liked how they set that scene. And then the big scary bit is the kitty. I had to write it bigger. The kitty, where we see a really nice close-up of the kitty's face, and it's so adorable. And then Ian said something about dead ants, and that just made me sparked off dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant. So that just sparked that off in my head. Then the cliffhanger of this episode is the big kitty, but I don't like Susan screams, and then Barbie like hides in Ian's shoulders like, yeah, but it's a kitty. It's so cute. It's not that scary because it's a kitty. Although it might want to eat them, so I guess that is a bit scary. So I really enjoyed this episode. There's all my notes. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Yay!